Hello and welcome back. We're here for round 5 at YCS Utrecht 2020. We started with 2,227 players and they're still out here duking it out to find out who's going to be the champion of this YCS. So we got 2 players here who are going to be still gunning for that title. And first, we've got Conor from Ireland. Come on in, Conor. How's it going?
Pretty well. Going X1 so far, so hopefully I can do the same for the rest of the matches.
So what score did you go into the tournament hoping to get?
Sorry?
What score did you go into the tournament hoping to get?
I can't hear you.
What score did you go into the tournament hoping to get? How many rounds were you expecting to win?
Yeah, I kind of just came to the tournament to maybe even make day 2, so hopefully if I can make that, I'll be fairly happy.
That's reasonable expectations. Please take a seat. And on the blue side, we have Kevin all the way from Canada. Come on in, Kevin. How's it going?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. I get to watch the amazing feature match every round. So yeah,
excellent.
And I get to pick. Yeah. So tell us what you travelled all the way from Canada. What makes the European YCS so exciting for you?
I mean, you guys get feature matches. Usually we don't. I know in Vegas right now they have feature matches, but usually we don't get them. All that, there's a lot of cool side events and stuff like that, and I don't know, there's like so many people here that I wanted to see that I don't get to see on the regular. So I'm really hyped to be here, and I'm really happy to be here and see all my friends and stuff, yeah.
Good. I mean, that's what I love about Yu-Gi-Oh! Brings people together.
Yeah, absolutely, man. There's so many people here that I met online or met through playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't get to see them very often, so coming to the European events, I get to see them, and that's really cool.
Awesome. Well, please take a seat. So I've been told that Kevin is going first. So without further ado, take it away, our commentary.
Hello, everyone. This is a feature match that you guys have been requesting a lot in the Twitch chat, actually. So we'll be taking a look as we head over and get the players down in just a moment. But for first of all, we want to take a look at the deck breakdown, if we can have a look at that. It's not something that I think we managed to show you yet. All right, so this was the round 1 entries, Darren. What are your thoughts on this?
I think it was definitely expected to see Salamangreat being one of the most represented decks. People thought Spiral might have dropped off because of the fear of Winder, but I think people really respect its power to the point where they're just happy to just not care about Winder and just think, well, I'm going to play my out. I have utility wire and stuff like that, and they just think, well, every deck that doesn't summon Winder, they're probably going to beat it. And Salamangreat being one of the most consistent and strong and stable decks just goes to show why everybody just opted to pick that as well. And of course, with the new structure deck, Shaddoll Invoked has creeped up as well, because that's been a really popular choice because it's really consistent and really solid as well.
I think that it's really surprising to see Spiral at the top there. I was really expecting Shaddoll, although I feel like it might be a bit of a technical thing where Shaddoll wasn't categorized as its own deck. Rather, it was split into Invoke Shaddoll and then into the other section. But we'll see as we approach day 2, we'll be refilling the stats and getting a new take on it depending on pretty much what makes day 2. And this is the latest that we have here from round 5. Which is, you can see that Spiral is still leading the way, and I think Lunalight actually managed to overtake Invoke Shaddoll in terms of what's left in the playing field.
It's interesting. It seems like maybe a lot of people expected Shaddoll, so maybe people oversighted for Shaddoll, and all those Invoke Shaddoll players just got rinsed by the side deck cards that people have been playing. It seems like Lunalight has been taken over because it's a deck that can go over a lot of people's heads. People have forgot about it because people are so focused on Spiral being the better variant potentially because it is more powerful. But Lunalight may not be as strong, but it's a little bit more consistent.
I'm sure we'll see more of it throughout the day and perhaps tomorrow as well. But right now our players are ready to begin this matchup, and this is a real interesting matchup. We have Kevin, who came all the way from Canada here just to play some solid rocks, which is the Gem Knight deck here.
He has a very impressive rock collection here. So he's got he's got Lapis, Obsidian, Lazuli, Sapphire. Ooh.
And his opponent, Conor, all the way from Ireland, all the way.
It's quite far.
40-minute flight or something. He has opted to go for a blind second Dino strategy, which...
Yes, could be his downfall here.
Was not the correct dice roll call maybe in this matchup.
So Conor won the dice roll, and he opted to go second, naturally, as is the dinosaur matchup normally does do that. He's main decking stuff like Evenly, Lightning Storm, and even Mystic Mine as well, which we've seen plenty of in the past couple of rounds. So it makes sense that he would want to go second, not knowing what Kevin is playing. But he's not been a single hand trap in here.
Yep, so we'll see just if Kevin can open enough effect damage turn 1. So we'll head on over to the players now and see how this will play out. Okay, so Kevin's hand here. This is probably the most important part of this combo. Does he have enough to... What is that? A one-time passcode?
I've never seen that card before in my entire life.
All right.
So he's opened 2 vanillas, and I'm pretty sure he told me that 2 vanillas is an FDK. And if you're wondering what an
2 vanillas just by itself? Okay.
So if you're wondering what an FDK is, what that is, it is a first turn win. So it attempts to reduce your opponent's life point to 0 with effect damage. And how you would do that is with the fusion monster, the correct name, because I know there's a lot of Lazulis.
Lapis Lazuli?
Is it Lady Lapis Lazuli?
Lazuli, Lazuli, I've heard as well. I'm not sure.
It reduces their life points to 0, and the
yeah. So the way it works is that it does like 3,000 effect damage. It's 500 per each special summoned monster on the field.
Exactly.
And then after that, I always get it mixed up with Duel Links. Master Diamond, I think, is at 1 here, but is at 3 in Duel Links, and Lapis Lazuli is at 1 in Duel Links, but at 3 here.
Is that the way it is? Is it?
Something like that. I always get them mixed up because they've hit them in different ways in Duel Links and in the TCG, which is interesting. But here we have Kevin has. All I know is that if you can Curious Block Dragon, you have combo.
That is bingo.
So
right there.
This might actually be it.
I think from the look of his hand, Gem Knight just plays a whole bunch of engine cards, and if it goes interrupted, it is really consistent, and for a lot of the time, it will just FTK you. So I think since Conor doesn't play any hand traps, he is about to lose game 1. As long as Kevin is able to do the combo correctly, but he's played this deck for a very long time, so I'll be very surprised if he doesn't.
Shoutouts to Vlad, I believe, who popularized this deck. Hit 2 tops or something with Gem Knight over the course of last year.
Vlad Sparanowskis has 2 YCS tops with this deck.
Yeah, Kevin and Vlad are actually cool, pretty cool with each other. You know, I think that's where he got a lot of his ideas and theory was from Vlad. So I'm sure he'll be watching, very proud of Kevin right now as he pops off here. And Proxy Dragon in the extra deck, just as people you might be watching, wondering why is there a Proxy Dragon there? Well, you see, it's a light monster, which is relevant in that it helps you fuse into Gem Knight, Seraphinite. Yes, I think that's specifically why you have to play Proxy Dragon.
A Gem Knight that people are probably more familiar with back when Brilliant Fusion was a card. Give me an extra one.
Here's the...
He does not play Garnet in his deck, if people are wondering.
Yep.
But he plays Seraphinite.
Fun fact we found out yesterday, it was an Earth Pyro. I didn't even think...
Who would have thought there'd be an Earth Pyro?
Why is this a Pyro? I don't know. But yeah.
There's an Earth Aqua in the deck too, with the... I forgot its name.
Aquamarine?
Is that its name?
The extra deck monster is called Aquamarine.
It's Sapphire. It's Sapphire.
Oh, for the main deck? Okay,
yeah. Gem Knight Sapphire is an Aqua.
Could you remind us what Crystal Rose does? I can just bring it up on screen.
So
here,
it sends a Gem Knight to the graveyard, and it copies its name. So it becomes a Gem Knight card, so you can use it to link summon in Quartz, or you can use it to... so basically, you just used it to send Lazuli, and it adds the Vanilla Lady Lapis back. So it means that you just generate more cards, because at some point during the combo, you have to free them away to make Master Diamond raw without Lady Brilliant. So he needs to make sure that he has enough cards to finish off the combo at the end, because you do require a lot at the end.
So here he fuses the Obsidian into the Lady Lapis Lazuli, and Obsidian is really good. It special summons a monster that was pitched from your hand. So when you fuse it, it just
special summons a Gem Knight from the
graveyard. Oh, is it just any from the graveyard? Okay, yeah. So
it's really good.
You have because normally when you look at fusion summoning, it's tends to be quite neg when you're going into the card advantage, right? You trade 3 cards for 1 card, essentially, right?
Yeah.
But the recursion that this deck has, it has so much of it. I think this is the first amount of effect damage he's dealing right now, which is 3, 5, 25?
No, he's using the effect of Quartz to summon a card first.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right, so shuffling back, if we can bring Quartz up on screen here, it's a really, really awesome Link monster that just came out. It's not really just came out.
A couple of years ago.
It's
2018.
It feels very recent, because it's a Link monster.
It's one of the best Link 2s that they ever printed. It's so
super
powerful.
Good. It fuses face-down monsters, and he uses it to bring out Lady Brilliant. So there you go. That is 3,000 effect damage being... Is it more? 3, 5, 6... 3,000, right? 6 times 5? Can I count? Yes, just double-checking. Okay.
That is a solid 3K straight to the face.
Yep. And the way that he's going to bring out another 3,000 here is that he uses Lady Brilliant, to send a Lady Lapis from his extra deck and dumps it to the graveyard. And I think
that's the burn effect, I think. So I think it has to sends a Gem Knight monster from deck or extra deck to the graveyard to burn. So you just send a copy of Lady Lapis. So that means Lady Brilliant can then tribute the Lady Lapis to summon Master Diamond,
and then it banishes it to copy its effect,
and it can copy it again
does
later.
3,000 more damage.
Exactly,
there you go,
yeah.
Gem Knight taking that first turn win. That is,
It hasn't done it quite yet. So it's took 6,000 to the face. So now he just has to unicorn back the Master Diamond, and then he summons it again raw with the fusion spell in the graveyard, which you can add back.
Yep.
This is why the card advantage is so important here, because Lazuli's going to add another Lapis to hand. So it means that he has enough monsters to fuse into a Master Diamond, and also enough to deal effect damage, because he needs to deal another 2k, I think. Unless he dealt 2-5, because it says 3,000 there. But I think it'll still be enough regardless.
There he goes. He makes the unicorn, recycles the Master Diamond, which is... I keep forgetting. Is Master Diamond at 1? Or is it
it's
Master Diamond's the one at 1.
Master Diamond's at 1.
So you recycle the Master Diamond. There you go. He brings it out again. You're going to add back his... summoning out the Block Dragon.
This should be enough for game.
Another special summoned monster on the field.
And
there you go, Master Diamond.
And it's as we predicted. Gem Knight has taken game 1, and in a vacuum it looks like that if you take an FDK deck to a tournament and your opponent doesn't have any hand traps,
you are going to
it's a ripperoo.
Absolutely. Masterful play from Kevin. He knows this deck like the back of his hand. He's been playing it for a long time. So
it's not the easiest combo to learn either.
Not.
There's so many different
really
iterations that you can take. I tried to learn it. There's like a bunch of combo videos online, and it's like so many. It's so many, and you have to practice it so much to learn all the different interactions, because every card's like the same, because it's just a Gem Knight.
Yeah.
And you gotta know it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Like literally, I guess because of Block Dragon Legos, you're gonna find the right one.
I think it's always cool when you have a deck that has like a lot of like multiple decision trees, and like you look at a hand and you don't really know if it's going to be able to do enough effect damage that turn.
Exactly. I think what makes it super good as well, what I really love about FTKs is if it's actually a playable deck as well. And Gem Knight can actually go second as well, because it can deal with boards, and then since they have special summon monsters on the field as well, they're just like,
it's even more effect damage.
You take 500 damage for that as well.
So you can do like 4,000 plus just if your opponent has special summon monsters.
So they don't necessarily have to do the whole combo. They can just do a half combo and it's enough burn damage.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Conor now. What do you think he's feeling at this point? Because he won the dice roll, remember, guys. He won the dice roll, opted to go second because that's a reasonable thing to do when you're playing this Dino strategy, right? But now,
the game plan.
Yeah, the game plan.
What can it be?
I think perhaps he's going to have to try and go first now, because he's got some Sanctums in there.
So he's got the best side card for Gem Knight, Artifact Lancia. However, he only has one copy of it in his side deck because he's playing 1 Scythe and 3 Sanctum. So that's his going first plan.
I think with 3 Sanctum and Lancia Scythe, just that by itself could be enough to just end the game there.
It depends whether he thinks that going first is the correct option, because he does have to side out a lot of his going second cards. Like he has to side out Evenly Matched, he has to side out Mystic Mine, maybe Set Rotation, Lightning Storm. There's a lot of stuff
he has a lot of
out.
options, yeah. So
but he's got Droll too. You can side in Droll, which is quite good against Gem Knights. They can still FTK through it.
Yeah,
but it can still stop them because they have to hard draw the fusion, and if they don't hard draw the fusion, if they get drawled before Quartz can add it, then they can't do the combo. Yeah, because there's no other way to access it.
The Block Dragon is extremely integral to this deck. So
Curious could mill it though if they get really lucky.
That's true.
Curious,
that's true.
let's go. And it could happen. We've seen some crazy luck things like a reveal of Gazelle with Foxy. You never know. Live on feature, it could just happen.
So what does Dino do turn 1? Because it's very much a break your board kind of deck. Like what does it put up if you try and go first with it?
Well, there isn't a field to break since your life points going to 0. So the strategy may be hope for the best and just siding. See if he would rely on drawing Lancia or drawing Lockbird.
Or the
However,
Sanctums.
he has more cards that are better going first than going second in the sideboard, so maybe he would want to go first so he doesn't lose to the effect damage. It's a difficult call.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying, but I feel like, you know, when you're going up against a first turn win deck like this, like you...
Yeah.
I
It's
can't bring
scary,
myself
right?
to go second because I have to look at my opening hand and be like, is there a hand trap here? No? Okay, right. Slip, please.
It's
you know?
difficult to predict, right?
Right. So I think our players are starting off with game number 2 here. We're just getting the cards loaded up into the hands here so we can see.
So I very much hope that Conor did choose to go first, because by the look of that hand, he's going to get FDK'd again. And he's hard drawing Block Dragon and Obsidian, so that is game. However, it does look like Conor wants to go
Is
first.
Block Obsidian game?
Yes. I don't know how, but it is. I just remember.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think
Block Dragon with any Gem Knight, I'm pretty sure it's game.
Okay.
And there's a vanilla in his hand as well.
All right, so he's also playing the new Gizmek card, which came out in, I believe it was Ignition Assault. We've got Gizmek Kaku, the Supreme Shining Star, which is very, very good at going second and breaking boards. Obviously, not quite as relevant here, but just to give you a taste of like the new Ignition Assault card, when this, if a monster is in the extra monster zone, you can special this from your hand and then target a face-up monster in the extra and equip it. That face-up, equip that face-up to this card, and then when this destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special one of the monsters equipped to this. So it's really good at breaking boards because you special it, take their guy out the EMZ, attack over something, and then you can pop a card. So
it's quite equivalent to an OG card in Thousand Eyes Restrict, right? And
yeah, it's kind of got that similar application.
And it also has the ability to take a window and then summon it back again. It's like, this is my window now.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take someone's window and then just my window now. Like you out this.
It's an out that people have been using in Salamangreat because it's a fire. So they just summon it and they're just like, just take a window. It's really cool. I'd love to see that on stream. I really hope that happens.
Do you think Conor can summon this Conductor here? Do you think he's able to just put it down turn 1? He should be able to, right?
That's your win condition, yeah.
Yeah, you just have to
Overraptor gets to everything in your deck, and does he pass?
Oh, he's not going to summon the Tyranno. He totally has it, right? I mean, he could like dump the missile. It's because he drew the Aeolo. He doesn't have a target. It's great.
Oh
well,
my goodness.
Okay, so I think...
And he's top decked the Rabbit as well.
Did he top deck Rabbit?
Yeah,
oh my god, that's
did.
it.
Oh, no.
I think Conor could have like Overraptor dumped a Dino, pitch it Miscellaneousaurus. Now he's got 2 dinos in the graveyard. He could special summon Tyranno, right? Banishing 2 dinosaurs, and now you have a Book of Moon for your opponent's turn.
Yeah, I think that probably would have been the most optimal play to try and get ultimate Conductor Tyranno on your field. Because here, he could have used it here, and then it would have put 2 Sapphires face down.
And he's already used his normal summon, so yeah, I mean, what do you do after that at that point?
It looks like he's
Kevin's
accepted his doom here,
because
Kevin does in fact have the full whack, and he will be, if he's competent, he'll be taking game here, I think.
So he uses the Sapphire, the Lapis, and the Link Spider for the Curious.
Into Link Spider with Sapphire, so it special summoned the Lapis from hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he went into a Link 2, so it made Curious live. Oh wait, no, Curious is live anyway because all the Gem Knights are different types.
Yep, so they're all Earth, but Link Spider's a Cyberse, Sapphire is Aqua, and Lapis is a solid rock.
Solid rock boy, part of the rock boy family.
So it's interesting that, you know, in hindsight, however, Kevin did have the Kaiju for the Tyranno. So,
so I guess
sure
it would have probably done.
That would have just been 500 extra damage.
Unfortunately, yeah. Maybe this is better. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Because if he got Kaiju and then defeated, he'd be like, "What is my life?" Yeah. But it is a shame that he hard drew the Drak Aeolo. So what could have been the plays that he would have done if he didn't hard draw that? He could have potentially maybe Trishula'd him. Ended up with a. What's the TCG name for VFD?
True King of All Calamities.
True King of All Calamities, yeah.
How long has it been since that card's been out? You still don't know the TCG name there?
It came out in 2018, yeah, and I've always just
I wonder if
called
we'll
it
see
VFD.
any Sentoki today.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see some Sentoki.
Perhaps there's some Juni Shishi players out there.
Oh, I love that name. It's really good. Does Salamangreat have a OCG name?
It's probably, I don't remember it.
I've always known it as Salamangreat, I think.
I just know that the summon is called Tensei Shokan, I think. Tensei? Tenkai? Tensei. Yeah, for the reincarnation.
Oh, that was cool. Did you ever watch the anime of them? Have you ever watched them? XYZ Summon of Mirage Stalio? Insane.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. I recommend anybody look that up. It's so hype.
My favorite scene is the extra link with every Boral monster, like Boral Sword, Boral Guard, Boral Load, Gumblar.
Does he crack it as well?
Yes, he breaks the board. Somehow he breaks an extra link. Anyway, sorry, back to the game here. So Kevin's just basically going through the motions here. It's like muscle memory at this point, so long as
he's got plenty of time. He doesn't want to rush because the last thing he wants to do is make a mistake.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you at which point here is a mistake or not, but this looks very familiar.
Looks fine to me. Yeah. It's looking good.
Yeah, there's the obsidian being ditched.
This is Lady Lapis. So it looks more or less the same as what we saw in the last game. Obsidian, bring back. Yep, there's a point in the combo where everything just looks the same. Yeah, so you have different decision trees that like all merge up into this like one sort of point where it's kind of like the same combo there henceforth kind of thing. Point A is when you have to really think like, oh, how do I get the point B? He doesn't even need to like do the exact effect damage because you can just go to the battle phase, right? That is a thing. Yeah, because he's going second. He can just go battle phase. Maybe for the flex, he just is just gonna like deal the effect damage. He should have went to the battle phase and activated evenly. Main phase 2, deal 8,000. I don't need my battle phase.
Oh, okay, all right. So
I wonder if he will just attack. But you'd want to play around. No, you don't attack. You absolutely don't attack.
Well, in case he evenly from the hand.
You do not attack. That would be an absolute suicide.
That'll be like completely like 5 head plays from Conor here, like siding and evenly going first.
End of battle phase.
Oh darn! Should be showing off here. But oh well.
Like absolutely, do not attack that Overraptor.
All right.
Oh man.
Here's the 6. Is it for every special? It's just every monster on the field.
It's special summon. You would not take 500 for the Overraptor. It's just special summon.
Right. So
you would take 3,000.
Yep. That should be the first 3,000 right now.
And again, you would just use Lady Brilliant to get rid of Lapis for Master Diamond. Copy Lady Lapis and Grave, deal another 3k. Yep.
Look at Kevin go. He's so excited.
You would then link the Block Dragon and the Quartz for Unicorn, put the Master Diamond back, add back Fusion. Job's a good one.
I feel like there seems to be a Gem Knight guy at every YCS now.
There is always a Gem Knight guy, isn't there?
He bubbled YCS Fort Worth, I remember. I think it was the last YCS he attended. Oh, there we go. He's just going to go to the battle phase.
The fool. What's he doing? Oh, he's scooping. Okay.
He's showing him his hand there.
Oh, wouldn't that have been crazy if he had an evenly matched? But it wasn't to be.
Kevin takes away the match and his opponent activated an Overraptor.
I know, well, it's a shame because it would have been nice to see a dinosaur in action, but as we've seen, if you don't main head deck hand traps, a glass cannon deck can savage you.
I suppose that's sort of the advantage of playing a deck like Gem Knight, where everyone in the format is maybe not exactly dropping hand traps, but they're opting to go for hand traps that don't really shut you down. Like
exactly. Drawn on Logbird does not stop you if you have a way to access Fusion without searching. Because Quartz can search it, but then on resolution you get drawled. But you already have Fusion, so it doesn't matter. You're not really searching at that point. Block Dragon gets a little bit weird, but you can still do the FDK if you still have important combo pieces already. As long as you have Fusion, you're okay.
As long as you have like the mental like skill to play this deck, like because it's very intricate.
Brain power,
like it's super sort of like. Interactive isn't the word, but
because learning the combos in a vacuum is one thing, but then learning them under like
various
game
hand traps
states
and stuff,
exactly. And he would have like practiced this combo under draw because it's the most relevant hand trap of this meta. He would have naturally known it through Ash. Blancier, there's no combo for Blancier.
I think he mentioned to me that he was playing under Dweller like last round, which was the only loss he had so far was to a Dweller where he still could have actually won. But he just hadn't been in a situation before where he seemingly had to like FTK under Dweller.
It's possible, but it's really hard. It's impossible for multiple defensive cards as well. But like standalone Dweller, it's definitely possible.
The advantage in that scenario kind of thing is like you always have your battle phase, right? So while you might not be able to deal 8,000 effect damage, you can still like pop, attack over
rock collection. Go throw rocks at him. Yeah.
All right. Well. Congratulations to Kevin putting on a masterful performance on mastery over the Gem Knight deck. Our players are now ready for a quick interview with you. We'll be heading over to Luke right now.
Hello, I'm here with Kevin, who's ecstatic, is the only way to put it. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling solid rocks, my guy. That's what I'm feeling. That is exactly what I'm feeling.
I mean, I didn't catch the end of that game, but there was some divine performances, is what I would call it.
I mean, yeah, if you know your deck, you know your deck. And I've been playing this deck for about a year, almost a year and a half now at this point. Like, I've won a regional with it. I bubbled YCS Fort Worth this past, like, not too long ago with it. Like, I was 8-1 day one, which is 9 rounds. So I've put this deck through a lot, and I just kept going ever since. Like, honestly.
The guys were saying that, you know, that there's so many permutations of the combo. Like, how do you manage to store all that?
Okay, so when you pick up the deck, like, because the thing is with this deck, what I wanted to learn combo when I picked this up, and because I was never a combo player before, I used to play floodgate decks, stuff like that. But when it comes to combo decks, I wanted to learn how to play combo by taking a deck that had like a set end goal, and being like, okay, I'll learn all the combos that finish on this goal. And I figured FTK was most likely the most, you know, the clearest set end goal. You know, a lot of combo decks, they end on different boards with different variants and whatever. I just wanted one thing that did one thing in the end and just aim for that, and that's how I learned how to play combo, and that's how I picked up this deck, honestly.
I mean, that's the thing, right? There's, you know, with combo decks in general, the skill is not knowing that perfect line to the combo. It's about knowing the, like, every line, even if it's that one edge case to get to the combo.
Well, I mean, like in that last duel, I opened Block Dragon and like my Rescue Rabbit and stuff like that. And honestly, I could have played perfectly into Droll and Lockbird. I didn't need to make the Curious to send the Gem Fusion. I could have just made Quartz to search it, but had I done that and he had Droll, I was losing because I wouldn't been able to add with block, you know? So especially for this event, like when I was on the flight here, because I had an 8-hour flight to get here, on the flight I was just playtesting hands, being like, okay, does this hand play around Droll? Does this hand play around Droll? Does this hand play around Droll? And I was just playtesting, especially with Cross Sheep. I was learning a lot of new Cross Sheep combos because that helps the deck quite a bit. So I was learning Cross Sheep combos and how to play around Droll on the plane on my way here.
Well, I mean, to take something like an 8-hour flight to an advantage, you know, be able to sit there and do hands over and over again. I can only resonate with that. I used to, whenever we'd take the train anywhere, we'd be sitting there just the whole time, going over and over.
Yeah, like honestly, I forgot my Switch at home, so I was like, I just wanted to do something on the plane, and there was either sleeping or playtesting, and I'm like, I'm going to YCS, might as well playtest, right?
I bet you're glad you forgot your Switch.
Yeah, there you go.
So, you know, do you have any expectations for the rest of the tournament?
Honestly, man, I flew out here to see friends more than anything. I'm currently X1. Hopefully I can just do as best as I can for the rest of the day. Like, I mean, YCS Dallas, Fort Worth, I was 8-1, so maybe I can do the same thing here.
Absolutely. I mean, X1 is still a pretty good score in 12 rounds as well, so there's a lot of rounds left to go.
Excellent, yeah.
How are you feeling, like, physically? Do you feel, like, tired or anything like that?
Honestly, those headphones, those noise-canceling headphones, they soothe you, man. I wish I could play with those every round. Like, like all these rounds, like I'm going through them like a little bit shaky. I'm like a little nervous, and like on my second round when I lost, was it my second or my third? I can't remember. But on the round that I lost, my opponent made Abyss Dweller, and I could have killed him through Abyss Dweller, but I completely like blanked on my combos. And I'm like, okay, Abyss Dweller, how do I play? And I completely lost focus. So I just have to like try my best to remain calm, focused, cool, calm, collected as much as I can for the rest of the tournament. Yeah.
We'll see if we can find a spare headset in the back for you.
Pardon?
We'll see if we can find a spare headset in the back for you to play out there. It is very calming, right? Because you can't really hear anything. Like, it's not just people think it's just a headset, but there's like sound inside. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't hear a thing. It's amazing. They're really cool.
No, it's good. Well, congratulations. I mean, you know, we're getting deep into the tournament now. Take some rest. Get ready to, you know, find that way to victory once again next round. All right. So that's it for us here. We'll see you next round.